Bob Cicherillo versus Nick Walker. And this is the drama that I like in bodybuilding.
Could he win the Olympia?
No.
What do you think of old Bob Cicherillo saying you're not going to ever win Mr. Olympia?
Who the fuck is Bob?
Like, let's be honest, when it's like two bodybuilders talking trash, this is kind of gay. You're not gonna fight, so. But when it's like someone like the MC and an athlete, or someone like Sean Ray versus another athlete, that is my favorite type of drama.
He says, who the f is Bob? And my response first would be let me tell you who the f I am, right? I'm the guy that's going to be announcing you in 8th place at the Olympia.
What exactly happened and what is currently happening right now? Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's episode. Today's one of my favorite episodes because we are going to be talking about a little bit of drama in the bodybuilding scene. Here's the recap of what happened. Basically, Bob Cicherillo, I'm sure you guys know him, the MC at the Olympia and several other pro shows, made a statement that Nick Walker will never win the Mr. Olympia. And Nick Walker replied,
Who the fuck is Bob?
I'm all for constructive criticism. I don't give a fuck, but you want to play the game a little bit, now I'm gonna play it back, all fair game. And then Bob replies,
I'm the guy that's going to be announcing you in 8th place at the Olympia.
I'm the guy who's gonna be announcing you 8th place at the Olympia. And then later, Bob Cicherillo makes a claim that Nick Walker wouldn't even have turned pro in the USA's back in the 90s, or I guess early 2000s. I don't know how old Bob is. What I did for you today is we are going to do a back-to-back comparison between Bob and Nick Walker. And here we go, starting with the front double bicep. The only title you won was Mr. USA. This is what Nick Walker said, and Bob said if you would be a pro in the 80s, 90s with that physique, you wouldn't even be a pro in the 80s and 90s with that physique. So front double bicep, Bob versus Nick Walker. I think that's an easy one. I would give it to Nick Walker. Just tons of more muscle everywhere. Much drier too. I would even say more symmetrical regardless of the waist. Yeah, the waist is a lot bigger, but I mean, you can clearly see there is more symmetry. I think Bob lacks a little bit of arms and some legs. And we are moving forward onto the lat spread. Nick Walker has a little bit of a narrow clavicle, but again, look at the legs are freaky. Bob looks more like a classic physique guy here. So this is like typically classic physique guy versus bodybuilder. Turning to the side, yeah, I don't think Nick Walker has currently one of the best side poses in all of bodybuilding. So yeah, Nick Walker destroys Bob in that pose. Again, same thing, back double bicep. First of all, look at the hamstring, look at the glutes. Jeez, damn, man, I keep forgetting how good Nick's back is. The back shot always. Yeah, he would go head to head with Derek Lunsford on the back shots. Look at the back lat spread. I would say second best back shot in today's bodybuilding after Derek Lunsford. I would give Nick Walker that title. He has the second best back shots, all of them. Maybe even like you can argue first from just because it was very dry. I remember at the Olympia. Side tricep again. Just Nick Walker is just like 10 times more muscular. When he lets his gut loose though in the transitions, this is where like maybe he loses a lot of points, but then see he is able to, suck it in immediately, tighten that midsection right away. It's just when he's a little bit relaxed, right? And most muscular, I mean, we don't even need to do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the claim of Nick Walker not being able to turn pro at the USAs. I think he would have demolished the USAs. Okay, I just realized I'm wearing a raw shirt. It has nothing to do with that. People who follow me from my Arabic channel know that I wouldn't give a shit, and I would be very honest. Was Bob talking about like when he turned pro with that physique at the time? I still think Nick would. I mean, that's a difficult one. I didn't even think of that. Let's take a look at Nick Walker when he turned pro. Yeah, okay, I see maybe what Bob means over here. But I'm staring at the pictures, man. I don't know. See, that's a tough one because in the 90s you had a lot of crazy pros turning pro, like early 90s. Early 90s was like Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone, Sean Ray, even Jay Cutler was in that mix. Would Nick Walker turn pro with the physique that he turned pro with in 2019 in the early 90s. You have to realize, like, I'm looking at the picture and it's hard to tell. He did improve severely in his last showing, the show, where he did turn pro, like the arms were bigger, lats were bigger. But again, early 90s, like we're talking Flex Wheeler, we're talking fucking Jay Cutler, maybe late 90s, later on. I mean, it's hard to tell because you can't really see the line. Like I can't see the lineup in front of me right now, but I would assume like even if Nick Walker wouldn't have turned pro with the physique that he did turn pro with in the 90s, maybe like a year after that, 2 years after that, because Nick Walker improved insanely fast. So I think that's something to take into consideration. I like both people. Bob is pretty cool. He's the only one who announced my name correctly out of all the shows that I've done. And he gave it a nice touch. Nick Walker's also, I mean, I've never met him, but he seems like a pretty cool dude. Will Nick Walker actually place 8th? No, I don't think so. I have Derek winning, probably, again, if he shows up as good. Samson, if he shows up the same way he showed up at the finals at Arnold Classic, he'd probably take it again. It's going to be 1-2, Derek and Samson. Oh, shit. No, never mind that. Hadi Chupan is back with a vengeance. Every time when he loses, he shows up better. It's kind of like Super Saiyans. Like, whenever they fight and they come back, they're even better than before. So, yeah, probably we have a top 3, Derek, Hadi, and Samson. I don't think Andrew Jacked is going to beat Nick Walker. I think Nick Walker would still be in the top 5. I am officially making that bet. Nick Walker definitely in the top 5 in the coming Olympia. Let's just hope he goes through with it this time. That's my take on the Bob versus Nick Walker. Please leave a comment and please subscribe, because I did notice 50% of my viewers, actually more, it's more like 58% of my viewers are not subscribers. And that kind of hurts and makes me sad. So please subscribe to the channel. For online coaching and customized program, get a detailed program that I make myself without any apps or, whatever gadgets trainers are using now. I actually sit and make it, but that's why the waiting time is 3 weeks. But yeah, get a program by an online IFBB Pro Olympian. And I'll see you on the next episode.